Hi, I'm Mark Levitt, and welcome to another exciting episode of Bad Lyrics. Today my feature is Lionel Richie. Enjoy! Okay, so today I'm talking about Lionel Richie. Now, in the 1980s, Lionel Richie songs were a lot like roaches. Anywhere you'd go, anytime you thought you were safe, one of his songs would dart out of a 7-Eleven or accost you from a boombox in an alley. You just couldn't escape his material in the 80s. It was like a plague. So, I now remember an interview when he was talking about, his ease in writing pop songs, and he said he had a radio station that was constantly playing in his brain. Well, I guess in 1990 that radio station stopped broadcasting because the man didn't have any more hits. That was it for him. Like 1990, his career was pretty much over. And it stalled big time. But anyway, during his heyday, he churned out hits with the quantity and lack of quality of like poolside flip-flops from another country. He just kept regurgitating more and more hits. But you take out the words heart, love, and girl, and all you have in his songs is a bunch of pronouns. The man didn't have a huge palette of material there. Wasn't very broad. So, if Bob Dylan was at the far end of the spectrum in relates to songwriting on profoundness, topical commentary, and social protest, Lionel Richie liked to both groove and jam. So he had that working for him. If Bob Dylan's Times They Are A-Changin' was an anthem of change, as relevant today as it was back then, then you have Lionel Richie's All Night Long, where he just inexplicably started speaking Jamaican during halfway through the song, and a phrase that actually is basically gibberish. It goes, Tambolite sejmo da Jambo Jambo. I actually did some research, and this phrase translates to nothing. It means nothing. The man was too lazy to actually look up a Jamaican phrase, so he made this up. He just completely fabricated this. Anyhow, now some might say it's unfair to compare Bob Dylan to anyone. It's unfair to compare him to Lionel Richie or anyone for that matter. I don't really care. I just did it. Okay, anyhow, let's get into actually talking about Lionel Richie's music, because it needs to be talked about. Okay, so let's go. The first song I'm going to talk about is the song Say You, Say Me. Okay, let's start talking about Say You, Say Me. Now the title, Say You, Say Me, sounds like someone trying to learn the English language, like como se dice, Say You, Say Me. It sounds like he's like he's speaking English for the first time. But aside from that, let's start reading the actual lyrics of this song. Okay, Say You, Say Me. Say it for always. That's the way it should be. I think I join the rest of you out there when I say, huh? What the hell is he talking about in this phrase? What the hell does he mean? And then the next line goes, I had a dream, I had an awesome dream. Okay, let's see if the next line actually supports that supposition that he had an awesome dream, okay? It says, I had a dream, I had an awesome dream. People in the park playing games in the dark, and what they played was a masquerade. And from behind the walls of doubt, a voice was crying out. So you have people in the park playing games and screaming behind walls. Nah, I've had better dreams. I don't think this would crack my top 50 dreams. I really don't. I don't think so. Maybe next time, Richie. Why don't you keep sleeping? All right. The next stanza goes, so you think you know the answers? Oh no. 'Cause the whole world's got you dancing. That's right. I'm telling you. It's time to start believing. Oh yes. So he counters oh no with oh yes. Believe in who you are. You're a shining star. I don't know what the hell the stanza means. At first he seems to glorify and criticize the woman at the same time. He's calling her naive at the beginning of the song. He says, so you think you know the answers, but you don't. And then he ends the stanza by telling her that she's a shining star. So, she's a shining star of stupidity? What is he talking about? Okay. It's quite possible here that Lionel Richie just got distracted when he was writing the song. I mean, maybe he saw a neighborhood cat, maybe went over to pet it, and while he was petting the cat, maybe the cat peed on him, and he completely, this unexpected cat peeing prompted his whole mood to change, and him to completely veer off course in the song dramatically. I mean, maybe something like that actually happened. Anyhow, let's go into the next song. The next song I will talk about is 3 Times a Lady. Now, I think he meant this song as a homage to some woman, 3 Times a Lady, the homage to how great and beautiful she is. But unfortunately, the title could be read a few different ways. Did Richie mean the subject of the song was 3 times as fat as another woman? Did he mean that the song was actually about a Lothario who had sex with each woman just 3 times and then moved on? 3 times a lady. That was it. And then he got bored and then he moved on. We really don't know. So let's investigate. Let's read the song and see if we can find out what Lionel Richie was talking about. All right? Let's see if the first stanza has any clues. Okay, it goes, thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all on my mind. And now that we've come to the end of the rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You're once, twice, 3 times a lady. Okay, all right. So he says in this line, thanks for the memories, and that they've come to the end of the rainbow. Now this would tend to support my supposition that he was, just 3 times each lady and they would move on. Like they come to the end of the rainbow. It's a nice way of saying that, I found somebody better. We've come toward the end of our rainbow. He's moving on to greener pastures. So he gives her three ups at bat before he moves on. Okay, but let's read the second stanza and see if that makes any more sense. Okay. Okay. The stanza goes, and I love you when we are together, the moments I cherish with every beat of my heart, to touch you, to hold you, to feel you, to need you. There's nothing to keep us apart. Okay. Now, to hold, touch, feel, these are tactile senses, touch, hold, feel, but then he puts a need you. Okay, so that's different. It's kind of a lyrical blind alley, though. All this means is he likes to touch her, Okay. Then he says there's nothing to keep us apart, so this implies some kind of a permanent arrangement. So perhaps she truly is 3 times a woman, more of a strong statement on her womanhood than, say, Billy Joel's Always a Woman to Me, because that's just one woman. This is 3 times a lady. Anyhow, that's basically it for my dissection of Lionel Richie's music. I leave you with this pearl of wisdom, though, from Lionel Richie's vast catalog of material, very profound material, very, 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 timely. I think he said it best when he said, "Oh, what a feeling when you're dancing on the ceiling." Well, I've been Mark Levitt, and thanks for listening to another exciting episode of Bad Lyrics. Today I featured Lionel Richie, the man, the myth, the legend.